Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I am actually talking about my bike. It's really just a review of the bike that I ride. It's also my first ever bike. It is actually the KTM Duke 200. So why did I choose the KTM Duke 200 to be my first ever bike? And is it even manageable for somebody as short and as small as me? I'm only about 153 centimeters. Well, the answer is yes, of course it's manageable. I've been being able to ride it all these months. So why did I choose it, right? So when I first was taking my 2B license, I was thinking already like what bike should I ride? In school, I was learning on the Grom. So that is like 125cc. It's more like a stunt bike to me. It's like a toy. It only had 5 gears. It went up to like 70 on the expressway. So when I first saw the Duke, I was like, oh my gosh, it's high, it's way bigger, and it's also much stockier. So I was super scared of it at first. So why did I choose it? I knew I didn't want to buy a sports bike as my first bike because like it's a 2B bike lah. How sporty can it get? I mean, other than the position, the engine is what it is, right? So I was like, nah, if I want a sports bike, I'll get it when I like have more road experience and I'm able to like manage the machine a lot better and throttle control or whatsoever. So I was like, yeah, no need a sports bike lah. And then I was like, maybe a scooter cause it's so cute, right? And like I'm so small, why it would be so cool, like the girl on the little scooter. Then I was like, the wheel, it's so small, and then I saw like a lot of videos where like they just slip, especially like on the expressway when they're going a little bit faster, they just like a bit, oh my god. So I was like, okay, maybe not a scooter. And that's how I settled on a street bike. So of course there's so many street bikes to choose from. You got the Honda, you got the X-Motion, that's also called the ladies bike, I don't know why. Then there's also like the Yamahas, and there's so many that you can choose from. So when I passed, I just so happened to be so unlucky, the COE spiked up to like 7k. So buying a first-hand bike just didn't make sense. I actually wanted the XXR 155 because it looks so cool, right? It's like the retro modern look. When I was sourcing for it before I even passed, it was only about like 10-11k plus COE. And then after that, when I passed, it was like 15k, which is super crazy for a first bike and only a 2B bike. So I was like, never mind, I shall not buy a first-hand bike because COE is very high. You're bound to drop your first bike because you're still learning, right? So I was like, okay lah, don't lah, so sayang, very hard pain when your bike drop. So I was like, second-hand bike it is. So we started looking, on Carousel. Just so happened we found a bike that is pretty good mileage. The engine sounded very healthy. And it was an okay price. I mean, it's a little bit higher than what I paid, considering it was a 2-year-old bike, about 17 kilometer mileage, and we paid about 9k for it. I mean, I would want to pay like about 8k for 8 years, right? $1,000 depreciation every year seems okay. So I was like, okay lah, never mind lah, whatever lah. It's the best deal that I could find at that moment in time. Yeah, and then we went for it. I actually didn't even try my own bike when I saw it. I just asked Joel to try it out. So, my first time riding it, right? So when I really changed ownership, I was like, okay, this is my bike now. I have to ride it home from like Bedok to Pasir Ris where I stayed. So I was like, oh my god, what do I do? The only bike I've been on is a Grom. So I tried like moving off. I was like, whoa, like suddenly it's so throttly, it's so like torquey, right? You're like not used to it. And then I got stuck on like the ramp at the multi-story car park the first time, and then Joel had to save me. So it was like I needed to get used to it because I've never been on bikes. It's not a natural thing. I've never ridden any bikes, even like overseas or whatever, So I was like, I didn't know how to ride it. So after a while of like testing it out, I was like, okay, I think I'm okay for the road. And also like because I was quite short, I was still tipping toe, I was getting used to like being able to stop the bike without being wobbly and then put one leg on the floor to make it more sturdy. So after going through that and riding home, I was like, hey, this is quite fun. And yeah, it started being fun and it's still fun today. And I think even people who have tried the Duke says that it's also very fun. It's very torquey for what it is. I mean, for a sub 200cc bike, right? It's torquey, it gets to speed when you need it, you can. And it's also very nimble in traffic. I mean, I don't really like to select traffic when it's on the move, but I mean, if everybody is staying still and it's a red light in front, I'm going to try. And it's so far been okay. So these are the modifications that I've done to my bike. I think it's better if you guys see it for yourself. So come follow me. Okay, so I wanted to show what modifications I did to the bike. Not that much. The most obvious thing is actually the color, because it first came in like white and orange, and Hong was not a fan of orange, so I changed it to grey. Also like added some, not really design lah, just like little pattern here. I don't know why, I really like it. And then I put like my Instagram name here, and of course I just kept the KTM here lah. Yeah, so just little things that's different. The grips here, changed it out to the domino grips. I mean, without the bar ends, right, that the sports bikes usually have. That's why I was saying like this kind of gives me like, it makes my hands numb after riding for very long. What else did I change? I added camera because you know there's a lot of weird people on the road. So front and back, we got the Bisado cameras to sort of help us there. The bike already came with the phone mount, so I didn't need to do anything. Yeah, what else did we change? Oh, of course we changed the tires because the stock tires are a bit sketchy. Or so Joel told me they would be sketchy. So I was like nervous. Because it's your first bike, right? You probably should get very grippy tires. So for us, we opted for the S22. So yep. Of course we added the crash bars and also the horn. So the horn is on both sides and it's super loud. It's like a car horn and it literally scares people away. Yeah, so I think that's mostly like the only modifications we have done with the bike. I don't see a need to change anything else other than these reasons, which are purely for functional reasons. Yeah. Some people always ask like, did I purposely match my helmet and my bike? Not really. It's just that I just really didn't like orange, so and I couldn't think of any other color that it should be. Yeah. So yeah.
What's the best part about your bike?
Surprisingly, right, like my favorite thing about my bike is like actually the horn. I look forward to using it every time I see like somebody coming out of the corner without looking or at their blind spot, which is me. Or like, yeah, I love it. I love it when like they, oh my god, because you can see right when like somebody abruptly brakes. Of course, it's also for my safety lah. That's why it's like my favorite feature of the bike. Other than like the color, yeah. So far, like after riding this for a few months, I would say that it's very easy to handle, even for a girl and even for a new rider. Yeah, it's not too heavy. Like what I say, it's nimble. It can cut through traffic if you need it to, and of course it's very talky lah. So if you very scared, like you know, you cannot like go fast at the red line. Like after it turns green, you want to go right. Then this is the good starter bike for you. Yeah. So far, like my favorite time with my bike is like whenever I'm riding alone. Like riding with friends and groups of people is very fun, right? But like when you're alone and like it's at night and then like you know the road gets emptier at night and then like I just thoroughly enjoy it. Even if I get lost, right, and I'm alone, like it's fine. I just laugh to myself sometimes. Yeah, cause I always get lost at the same places. Like, I always take the wrong turns, example lah. And I just enjoy my time on the bike. Whether I'm going fast or slow, doesn't matter. I really like riding alone. Yeah, so this is my bike, and if you have any other questions about the Duke 200, you can just ask me or you can put in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.